Hi, welcome back to part 4 of Build a Rally Car in a Parking Space. And well, let's see where I've got to this week. Space and okay. There should be a car sitting there. Well, folks, last night I took this for its first shakedown drive around car parks and the driveway and so on and so forth. It runs, it moves under its own power, and it's 90+% done. And it's actually not looking too bad either, if I say so myself. Shout out to my one of my sponsors, Optimal Graphics, who laid all this out quite well. And the coolest part I like about it is the roof. It's got a flat bit on it. Been dodging rain showers the last couple of weeks, but here you go. So took the car got it on its wheels and running last night, drove it around the car park in the complex here because it's not insured or MOT'd at the moment. And the gearbox, it's the one from the crash, and it seems okay, but I haven't been able to put it under any load yet, and I'm a little hesitant. We had to actually, the drive shaft, I had to put a new drive shaft in. Don't know why, but it damaged the drive shaft that came out of the red car, wouldn't go back in again. It would not go in that gearbox. So I don't know if I thought it's a diff or something like that, but a new one went in, and it's there at the moment. So you want to have a quick look around. So update you on some things. Shout out to Ben, great charity. If you work in the automotive industry and you're struggling with anything, check them out. Great group of people, and they support anybody that did work or does work in the automotive industry, including motorsports. A couple of things if you're building a Mini. Well, make sure you've got some sort of fuel sampling port as per the rules. It does say a quick disconnect. I had this on the red car, so I rigged it all back in. I have changed the fuel setup. I've now got aluminium tubing going from here all the way to the tank, and you'll see that in a minute. You'll see I've got brake lines all secured up there and running across. Battery is out here because of rally start rules and road rally rules and auto solar rules, so I want to keep that usable. A couple of things I wanted to point out with this. If you are building a mini rally challenge car, first gen R53 or R50, if you're using camber plates, you can see I've actually cut this out. Now, I do not do this if you haven't reinforced the strut top. You see here, you remember I welded these heavy plates in, thanks to Danny for supplying, and welded these in, so that strengthened this whole area up. So cutting that out, not so bad, okay? So if you want to make adjustments to the camber, I can just loosen the screws and I can adjust the camber now. The issue I did have is not a lot of people don't run a strut brace. I've got it, so I'll put it back on again. It was on the old car. I have run into a problem because of the thickness of the plates. It raised this up just enough that here and here actually hit the bonnet. Clearance is quite tight under there. So as we do when we're building cars, I've massaged it and tweaked it so that the bonnet now does close. Pull cables I've done here. I didn't want to go through. A lot of people can go through here. I didn't want to do that, so I have a 3mm piece of aluminium plate that's actually mounted underneath here. And then I've got the pull cables going through, and they're not seized and they do work. Okay. A tip, quick tech tip, with these pull cables, even if it rains once, the water goes down and they get there. So what I do is I have PTFE spray with a straw, that little straw thing you can get on cans. You can stick it in and point it. And what I do almost regularly, every time I see the car, is I'll take that PTFE spray and I will squirt some down here. So I'll literally lift that up a little bit, squirt it in there, and soak it in, and let it soak down to the inside. Prevents water buildup, and it's seizing. They seize up very easily, and they usually come to play when the scrutineers try to yank on them. So lubricate your pull cables and just save yourself a lot of hassle. Inside the car, seats are all mounted, and they do fit nicely. A little snug there, you'll see. We got them in there. Matt has test fitted this seat. This seat is located for him. Belts are all adjusted, all ready for him to go. But we did notice something. You notice here, he's sitting here, his arm's sitting there, and there's no door panel. Normally I have a flat door panel on here. And we've been discussing this. So what we've done is, if you notice on the driver's side, I've already done it. I've actually put the stock panel back in, but in order to make that fit, I've actually there's actually cuts in that door panel. And what I've done is that door panel sort of comes over the roll cage a bit. And the logic behind it is that, you're sitting in the car and you hit a bump or something like that. If you've got that much room between where your arm is and the door, I mean, you can whack yourself pretty hard on that. With the door panel, the standard door panels, you don't. This is strictly a safety thing, and it's a personal preference. You don't need to do it. We've talked about it, and after our crash, which remember was in a straight line, but, Matt actually hit the roll cage with his rib cage, even though he's strapped into a seat, and we still don't know. So we've looked at it. Safety first. It's absolutely thingy. So we're using the standard door panel. I've taken all the crap out of the inside, and I am probably going to put a little bit of foam in there. But it's just to, absorption, if you will. So just something to absorb any type of thingies. With it in there, your elbows move about that much as opposed to that much. So I've gone with it. I'll show you that. The dash and everything working. Everything is wired through there now. The immobilizer, the key is still in here, but it's pointless. It's activating the immobilizer and everything else, so it's hidden away. So flick that switch, hit that button, she starts up. I am going to put the radiator fan on. I've got it wirely direct at the moment. Spotlight, and that's a horn button there. There will be a horn button on the co-driver's footrest. I haven't mounted it. It turns out where I had the old one mounted is too far away now with Matt's new seat and position and everything, so I'm actually got to move it back towards him. Very, very important. Sometimes you just sort of adjust for it, and that's okay. The co-driver needs that resistance. Now, I've built this car is set up for me and Matt. So anybody else gets into it or that type of thing, I can make some adjustments to it. But essentially, it is designed for Matt's legs in the right position, angle, and the whole bit for perfect. It's actually tuned in. It's perfectly adjusted, and that's the way it'll be. For other people, okay, people who are just given a ride or something like that, that's fine. If I have to have another co-driver, there is an event at the end of the year I'll be doing, but Matt and I are going head to head in his rally car versus this rally car, so I will have a different co-driver in here, but I have taken that into account. He doesn't know it yet, although I have someone who's agreed, but he doesn't know what I'm doing in here yet. So hopefully he sees this. There. So a lot of it's put together. I still have, it's getting dark out here, I still got some wiring to do and sort of housekeeping to do, if you will. As you can see around here. Now, I've done something different with the rear hatch. If you notice, there's no retaining pins. But what I've got here is pull cable. Watch what happens. Simple as that, folks. It literally opens the tailgate. So I've actually got an inside release. So that's the external release. And all I have to do is push it back in and it locks up again. And on the driver's side, it's not finished yet, but I also have the internal release right there. So I can open it from the driver's seat. If someone yelling at me, can I get in there and get your spare wheel out while I'm still strapped in? But also there's access to pull that one at the back. Looking at the door panel, okay. I'm kind of proud of this one. A very tidy little job, if I say so myself. I am going to cover this with some material, some stretch material on the lower part, tidy this up, and I still got the foam pad to put back on here. But I've decided to go with this. It's about a kilo difference between that and just a flat piece which was in there before. So I've decided to go with it. On top of that, if I decide to put some other interior bit and everything back into it, I can use it for road rallying, Targa rallying, and auto solo. So multi-purpose car as well. Might as well, value for money, if you will, or just being cheap. So car, lots of little jobs to do. I've got a snag list from driving it last night. I'm not happy with the brakes. I'm not happy with the steering. I've still got to go through and get it all MOT'd, Motorsport Passport. But at the moment, 3.5 months in a parking space, after work, lunch breaks, because I work from home some days, so I can use a lunch break, and a couple of Saturdays. And that is a complete rally car. So like I said, I got a bunch of snaggy things to do. I'm hoping to have this on the display at a very public event shortly. So I'll let you know about that. That was interesting. I hope it's helpful. We'll do another one because I've got bits and pieces to do. And, I always make mistakes. I have tried a couple of new things different to the previous car. And it is... not 100% yet, so I'll let you know what works and what doesn't work. So, thanks for sticking with me and joining the adventure, and till the next one. Take care.